Welcome back, third grade. Since we finished with our sketches last week, today we want to work on the next step for our project. So we are doing a process called printmaking for this project, which is basically like creating your own stamp, which is super cool. So today we're going to be making the stamps. So this is what you need for today. Your sketch from last week, a pencil. Actually, I probably don't need an eraser, but that's okay. A pair of scissors, and then I also have a piece of styrofoam. For those of you in class, you'll be getting a piece of styrofoam. For those of you who are virtual learners, if you want to give this a try at home, you can always cut a 4.5 by 6 inch square, same as your sketch, out of a styrofoam plate. If you don't have that, that's okay. You can always just turn your sketch into a really great colored drawing. All right, so if you're doing the stamp, what we're going to do first is take our sketch and we're going to actually just cut out around the box. So that way you have just the rectangle. All right, so since I have cut my sketch out, if you lay your sketch on top of your piece of styrofoam, you'll see that they're very close to being the same size. If they are a little bit off, that should not be a problem. So what we're going to do is actually just trace the sketch onto the styrofoam. Here's how you do that. So we have it lined up. You want to make sure that you hold it and make sure you keep holding it in place. We're going to take the pencil and we are going to trace all the way around our sketch, covering each of our lines and marks. And you want to press a little bit harder than you would normally draw. All right, so I have pressed nice and hard, not so hard that you're tearing the paper, just harder than you would normally draw. So I've gone over the entire sketch while my styrofoam is underneath it. So if we pull the sketch back, hopefully you can see that my image, my drawing of the turtle has been pressed into the styrofoam, which is great because that means that you don't have to redraw anything. What we do need to do, if you rub your finger over it, you want to be able to feel a big difference between the pencil, the drawn parts, and the parts that are not drawn. So even though I can see it, I can't really feel it at the moment. So what I'm going to do is take my pencil and I'm just going to go over each of my lines, again, one more time, and make sure that the lines are nice and deep. You'll also be able to see your pencil on the styrofoam as well. All right, so I've taken my stamp, I've gone back over all of my lines with my pencil so you can see them really easily. And if I run my finger over top of it, I can feel those lines that have been pushed down with my pencil. So once you're done with your stamp today, you want to hang on to it until next week. Now for my friends in class, this part is really important. We want to put our names on this. But what do you think will happen if I write my name on the back of my stamp in pencil? Well, we just found out it can make a pretty deep mark. So instead, I want you to take a Sharpie and I want you to write your name on that, or with a Sharpie instead. All right, I'll see you next week, everybody.